I missed the opening night of Fun Home, the off-Broadway musical adapted from a graphic memoir I had published 7 years earlier. Due to a scheduling conflict, I found myself in a hotel in rural Ohio, repeatedly refreshing the New York Times theater page. I was just as glad to be in Ohio that night. It was familiar. Growing up in Pennsylvania, New York City had always been a distant beacon. I had ceded any creative control over the play. When I saw a preview 2 weeks earlier, I'd been stunned by how good it was.
Where is your barrette? Put it back in. Keeps the hair out of your eyes.
So would her crew cut.
But then how could I have any critical objectivity whatsoever about a musical based on my own real life and family? My memoir had been an intricate, non-linear account of my closeted gay father's suicide and my own coming out as a lesbian. I couldn't imagine anyone breaking into song. But then I learned that musicals are always about life and death situations.
You didn't notice her at first, but I saw her the moment she walked in. She was an old school butch.
Someone just came in the door, like no one I ever saw before.
And here we were, singing. One of my earliest childhood memories had become a lesbian anthem. My excruciatingly awkward first sexual experience was turned into an exuberant showstopper.
Am I falling into nothingness, or flying into something so sublime? I don't know, but I'm changing my major to Joan.
My mother, who had been a vague character in my book, was fleshed out with a devastating song about the toll of sacrifice.
Days and days and days, that's how it happens.
And the moment my father steps in front of the truck is a raw, dissonant revelation. My real mother had been ambivalent about my book and was even more so about the musical. She was passionate about the theater. I learned from her the Times review meant life or death for a play. The show spent years in development. Mom died 5 months before it opened. I was never really invested in her seeing it. I knew it would have been too painful for her in many different ways. But how I wish she could have seen the review. It was a startling, unqualified rave. My parents, who had met, as it happened, in a play, would get to go on living in one.